Good morning. We're going to go live just a little early. Yes, well, I've been sitting for about 22 hours. Maybe not that long. Yeah, about that long. Good morning, CJ. Oh, hello, Cubing. Hey, Char. Good morning.
Good morning. Why now, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Still alive. Sitting at home, working, uh, gun fishing on my working email. Do you hear me fine?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Ah, that's perfect. Again, well, but it's day, usually a day, it's not a big deal. They not usually try to kill us at day. They prefer we're sleeping. Morning at strikes usually much worse. So that can happen in day. It's look like schedule.
That's terrorism.
Yeah, yes, and they understand that people more vulnerable in early morning than probably in any other time or somewhere in midnight. Mm. For most people, it's just interrupting their time to restore. Ah, not a big deal. How it going? How's Sammy?
Ah, Sammy's good. He's asleep at my feet right now.
Eh, it's isn't dangerous. It's not. Uh,
No, no, he sleeps behind where my feet sit.
okay.
My chair has a space underneath it.
Yeah,
It's
I see.
about the right size for a chihuahua.
And it's good because for me, just I don't know how seats in truck are usually working. It's high or lower because I know what sits inside the regular car
Oh,
and
it's
semi truck
higher.
and not no small truck when my father working with and so on. But a huge freighter like you are, I never sit inside such stuff.
No, it's not reclined like in a car. You're
Mm,
sitting up like you'd sit in a kitchen chair. It's about the
mm,
it's got maybe oh 40 centimeters between your butt and the floor.
mm,
Uh, there's a suspension system on the seat. It's got an air shock,
mm.
so then you can put it up or down, or back and forward and backwards. And you're just in time to see the beautiful lights of Uranus. The neon sign off to the left is Uranus. They have the
Mm.
world's largest belt buckle there, and a fudge factory. So you can get your fudge packed in Uranus.
Uh, you're really boring at morning.
No, but they really that actually is there.
Okay. Mm.
It's a old tourist trap back when this used to be Route 66.
Yeah, it it was a really good movie. Mhm. It's 66. It's really good movie.
There's songs written about it. It inspired the movie Cars. It was the very first transcontinental road,
Hmm.
not the railroad, but the regular road.
I understand in the United States, not probably. Dang.
Yeah, in the United States. But I don't think the Canadians built a road from the East Coast to the West Coast before we did. In fact, I'm certain of it.
Yep.
Did you did you know that British Columbia nearly seceded from Canada because they had such a hard time building the intercontinental the Great Northern Railroad.
Hmm.
They
And
almost quit Canada and became part of the United States.
yes, and only that huge belt of uh, Chernozem, like in middle of Alberta, that makes that region financial sustainable because it's huge farmland. It's between Alberta and Saskatchewan, makes that give them enough money that they build that road and stay in Canada. I know that story and know that if it's supposed to happen, maybe United States get both Alberta and Saskatchewan too, with all the fertile soil and oil stuff. But again, happens what it happens.
Yeah, well, nobody knew about the oil back then, though.
Yeah, I know that it was huge story with border gore near Vancouver. That they still have some part of that line because it was cut it according one geographic line that cut half of the territory in the United States, and and still children from that territory going to school through Canada, going back to the United States each
Yep,
day to get access to education.
yep.
Because for
And
me, just
during COVID, everybody was stranded there, and they had to start running ferries. They had to start running ships because you couldn't cross the border. Uh,
and for me, still, it's interesting why you just can't sweep territory. Okay, United States give little bit, get some on continent, some part of Canada, and Canada gets that half island, that piece of land that fix that border go. Oh, no,
yeah.
nobody cares. United States thinks that Canada is just 51st or just extra few state.
Well, our Canadian friends would disagree.
Eh, oh, I know that it's they have disagreement even with your. Mm, I know Trump tried to buy Greenland,
Right.
and
That Canada doesn't own Greenland. Greenland is owned by Denmark.
Denmark. I know,
Yeah.
I know that, but again, it's just part that try to fix some issue with border and sustainable stuff.
Would have been kind of
Mm.
cool if the Danish had sold Greenland. That
Eh, oh no, that all make laugh from Russia that they sold Alaska to United States, and nobody want to feel themselves fools if they do the same mistake. And some point of time, Alaska start be very valuable territory, and everybody knows it. Maybe same happens with Greenland. That's why Denmark saying, what we win from that, and did it
would,
worth it?
you get a short term gain for a long term problem. You know,
Yes.
maybe Greenland's worthless. You don't know. So
Maybe.
much of Greenland is under ice. You just, you really don't know what's there.
Yep. Yep. But again, when you understand that climate change a little bit, because I thought that it was, I read, no, heard and read a legend that to promote moving to Greenland, that Scandinavian chief line about that it's Greenland. That's why I just joke to put people here. But knowing Scandinavian Vikings in that time, it's probably not working that way because when they go there and saw that it's real ice territory, they just kill them and turn back to home. That's why it's I understand later when I read that it was before mm, small ice age. It was climatic optimum in between 9 to 14th century. In that time, Greenland was really Greenland, and it was funny for me that it's just ended in some small ice age that happens in 14th century, like I remember, or something like that. Because I for some time buy that legend that it's just for because he claims that it's good territory.
Well, the reason the Vikings weren't successful in colonizing Greenland is Inuits, the Native American tribe up there, said, fuck you, get the fuck off, leave.
Yeah, they just not enough force like Spanish have.
No,
Because when Spain conquers that territory, they already have kingdom with regular army, one of the best in Europe, regular army,
at that
and
time, man. They just got finished kicking the Moors out. They'd been fighting for 400 years. They were pretty good at it.
yeah, and it's well gained them result and technological advantage between 16th century, okay, no, 15th, 16th century European, it's much bigger that between Inuit and Vikings. Yes, Vikings have some advantage like chainmail and so on, but it's even
Right.
comparable with gunpowder and Damascus steel with stiletto blades and all that stuff, and regular troop tactics. Mm, and cannons, horses, cannon, and all that stuff.
And the
It's
biggest thing was the disease.
I think we.
There was so many diseases that Europeans had gained immunity to, and the Native Americans hadn't.
Uh, civilization because Americans not have doctors even in such way like they have in Europe. In Europe, they already know what disease is, what quarantine means, and all that stuff. Because if you think that Europeans have immunity to diseases from Africa or America, do you know why Africa
Oh
was
no,
colonized?
no, no! Africa was pretty much a death sentence to any European that went down there to
Yeah,
live.
and South America too. But again, Europeans know medicine and they figure out a lot of cure for their own disease because they understand chemistry and medicine at that time. Uh, cure from malaria, like I remember, it's was founded hinin tree in South America, hin tree. And so on. Just technological advantage, because they must bring a lot of disease back to Europe.
Well, they did.
Well, but it's not kill practically all European population. We must admit that.
Yeah. Apparently, syphilis came from the Americans,
Hmm.
but they didn't have the equivalent of bubonic plague. They didn't have the equivalent of smallpox. And it's estimated that in the first 100 years after the Europeans got to the continental United States, or the continentals of North and South America, that 80% of the people that were here died,
Yep.
primarily from smallpox and cholera.
Yep, I know. They still, I remember story that they confirm and still debate how it happens, but they find the cities that they think one Spanish traveler finds the city from Native Americans, South America. And they, oh, he's lying. He just told the story like about El Dorado. But in 70s, they find from airplanes photos that it was just regular structure in some territory that start digging and figure out that it's at least human made. That means somebody at least make some agriculture in that territory, what that Spanish man said. And that means he comes there, bring his disease, nobody goes there 80, 90 years, and after practically less than a century, jungle grabs the territory because all inside already dead and just jungles uh, occupy all that human build stuffs and all that nonsense.
Yeah. Well, there is no city of gold.
Maybe we don't know about it. Maybe they still exist somewhere there, but again, we just don't know.
Well, it's not on the North American continent.
No, North American definitely. We
Because
ju-
that's where they thought it was.
ah, I thought they think about somewhere in Peru. I think that El Dorado must be somewhere between Colombia, Peru, and Brazil, instead
No, they they
wild
they
territory.
thought it was in Florida.
Ah, I know that in Florida they think that it was like in that film about the Pirates of Caribbean. It's some of that territory and just it's Fountain of Youth.
Yeah,
That's
there was that rumor too. Fountain of Youth. So, but hell, there was a guy that led a bunch of Spanish up into. They think he got almost as far as Yellowstone National Park before he finally got, died. Uh,
yes, but again, it's just a legend.
well, there was the Sioux Indians in Nebraska and South Dakota, North Dakota. One of the tribes had the Spanish conquistador chest plate, right? So
Yep.
they know he got that far, and they know he interacted with the Indians. They really don't know what else happened.
uh, um, Usually it's really help if in middle of the chest plate they have huge hole from something like tomahawk or something like that. Just
Well, a
somewhere near.
tomahawk wouldn't pierce the chest plate, but hey, you can't armor your whole body, and there's lots and lots of Sioux. The
I know
Sioux
that.
were not nice people.
uh,
No, they weren't.
Let's play the game differently. Can you please put me nice people on that planet in such time period? Just example.
Not really.
I know that's why
Yeah,
I
probably, probably a couple of the isolated tribes somewhere that didn't interact with anybody and, had a small group and they're just sort of getting along. They're probably okay.
yeah, but in most cases it's usually people kill each other, enslave each other, eat each other. Depends on territory.
Yeah.
That's
Or
why I
cut your still beating heart out with an obsidian knife and give it to the sun god so that it'll,
yeah.
keep rising. That's what
Mm,
Cortez was faced with when he was coming up against the Aztecs.
yes, I know. It's about no, most people do not understand that Aztec Empire, what he faced off, it was younger that university in Cambridge. University of Cambridge exists before Aztec formed their empire,
Yeah,
and for people it just what? It's so huge technological difference that yes. If you talk about China, yes, it's for most people unbelievable the time going different in different part of the planet. We still have some tribes in Papua New Guinea that still hunting each other, hate each other, not really understand what's going on outside them. Time going differently in different part of the planet.
yeah.
I will leave you on 2 minutes.
Okay. Good morning, Rafter. What's up, RO?
I'll be back. I'm here. Do you hear me? One, two,
Yeah,
three,
I
one,
hear
two,
you.
three. Ah,
I hear you.
because just I'm not sure. Every time it just internet connection and not I'm not always sure that it's I'm still online.
Yeah. Yeah. I dropped quite a bit too. as I'm driving around. And I drop in some surprising places. Sometimes in the middle of a city, I'll get to a dead spot. And
Mm,
I have a feeling at those times somebody's using a blocker.
mm, I don't know. We have same stuff already a long time ago, even before First War. We have spot in my native town where always not working. No, you lose connection on your cell phones.
Yeah,
We always know that it's near a special one building in downtown, in center of our city, and somehow it was near main office of Secret Service.
yep. Imagine that.
That's
There
why.
was they caught a guy down in Georgia um, who had one in his car. He got tired of people on their cell phones while he was driving around. So he had one in his car, and they finally figured it out because he had a regular commute. But it took them years to find him.
Uh, it's I don't know. It's good or bad story. From one
Well,
point of view.
they charged him with obstructing
Yeah.
obstructing emergency services because
Mm,
the
it can
police
be issue.
and
Yeah.
firemen couldn't make calls when he was driving past.
Yep. I see that's an issue. Once I at my one of my working place, we repair anti-aircraft systems, and one of the guy forget to close Faraday cage,
Yeah,
and really fast, not going wrong when on some test of anti-aircraft radar, we get call from nearby airport and from nearby mm, aircraft divisions that we are not right and we need to fix it as soon as possible. And we have a lot of discussion about that with our officer chief that responsible for our operations. But unfortunately, it happens.
yeah.
And yes, it can interrupt a lot of communication, even on military frequency, because it just split a lot of signal all around. Mhm. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Mm.
broad spectrum jamming is nothing new.
Yeah.
Anybody who's listened to a radio during a thunderstorm understands that it's quite easy to get that type of an effect.
Yeah. Mm, Not best idea from my point of view until you have on your radio good grounding.
Yeah,
Because,
well,
it's usually because that crazy guy about that communication, radio, and all that stuff have a huge antenna for to talk with each other from through the world with in 1 meter decimeter frequent lengths wavelengths. That's why their antenna are pretty huge and really like lightning. I don't know. Maybe in the United States it's
well,
different, but on us
the
at
old
our
the
side,
old Mark the old Marconi sets before they understood about frequency modulation or amplitude modulations back when they were just pulse sets. Uh, they had no set frequency, right?
Mm-hmm.
They sent radio waves by making what we would consider today to be a jamming signal. They had a electric arc that they could turn on and off, and they would pulse it for code. So it went out on all frequencies.
Yep. No, just because we have some part of atmosphere that bend back radio waves, and you have only few frequencies when you can just speak with from United States for to China to Egypt, just using that effect. And it just especially it's pretty huge. It's long length radio waves, and that's why they use that stuff so commonly because a short frequency is good, but it can be banned from horizon. That's mean you limit it with just distance what you can see. That's why most commercial and military stuff just working on shorter frequency and
Line of
just
sight.
connect.
Yeah.
And that's only that frequency. They pretty low. They not so good. They keep not so much info. They're enough for some enthusiasts, but not for commercial use. And that's why that enthusiasts they have special schedule when they talk with each other. They have their own frequencies. That's whole world for crazy guy. It's separate division of nerds.
Yeah. Well, back in the Cold War, uh, the United States, and I'm sure the Soviet Union had this as well, they had these absolutely huge antennas. They had one that I know about was the Navy one that was in Hawaii, and
Hmm.
it went from the coast of the island all the way up to the top of the volcano, miles long. Uh, and they would they had a 4-digit code set up for like giving out different types of instructions. You know, so that's how they would communicate the worldwide communication during the early part of the Cold War.
Yeah, I know.
Communicate with the ships, communicate with the submarines, communicate with the airplanes.
Yeah, I know. Do you
But
know how many yeah, sorry, theory of for what the purpose of that antenna is that so many people think that it's just some weapon and so on. I'm
yeah,
sorry, I interrupt you.
yeah. Well, communication is the most powerful weapon. So if you can coordinate with people that are not, you know, close, you can literally steal the march on somebody. But the ones that get me are the people that think that you can control the weather with.
Yes, I love that people too. I don't.
They don't understand exactly how much energy is involved in weather.
It's how one of my friends said, "Oh, they control that. They will stop. What it's called? Uh, that warm water that Gulf Stream.
Yeah,
They can stop Gulf Stream, and it just oh,
sure
you
they can.
understand that it's 4 terawatts of energy. Whole planet consumes something about 1.5 terawatt. That's all what humanity consume. It's twice less that green
Yeah.
uh, that, and
Well,
you just uh,
in a class 3 hurricane, which we have quite often,
yep.
several times a year, there is more energy in a class 3 hurricane than the combined total of all the atomic bombs that have ever been built.
Yep. Yes. Just it's spread in on huge territory.
Yeah,
Yes, and it's people just it's just funny. People just not understand how energy work, how it's yes, we can accumulate like with global warming. We just accumulate a lot of stuff year after year. That can be done somehow, but control weather. It's even sound funny for everybody who understand physics a little bit, at least a little bit. Just oh no.
and I'm not even, as you well know, a convinced believer that man has influence enough to control the weather,
Hmm.
in even by accident.
Yep.
Are we able to change the chemistry of the atmosphere?
Probably.
Probably, probably. We're certainly doing it to the ocean.
Yep.
Do we understand our own atmospheric system? No, no, we do
Mm,
not. We do not.
yeah.
You know, you can't convince me that the science that, with the most brilliant minds in the planet working on it, still cannot accurately predict the weather past 3 days, can tell me what's going to happen in fucking 15 years. I, I don't
Best.
fucking, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's,
I
it's bullshit.
I can understand that because I know that best scientific model for weather it's good for 10 days. It best what we can get now. 10 days.
The
We can
accuracy falls below 95% after three
no no no.
days.
It's really good prediction model, but it's take a lot of time and it's can be happening only last 2 years just because ta-da, we have AI.
Okay, 10 days then.
Yes.
Still.
It's
Uh,
not even close to at least a year, not 50 year. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. It's not an option. It's definitely not an option. Yeah, I can disagree with that. Mm,
I think
mm,
we're in much,
we'll see.
much, much bigger danger of poisoning our environment with.
It's part of the same situation, but
Yes and no.
yes, I agree. But again, we start be little bit better in it because do you know about that in one Japan town chemistry plant put a lot of mercury in water and it's provoke huge problem for population and they pay back.
Yeah.
It was huge story for that time. But again, just because company want to keep as much profit as possible
Yep.
and government at that time was in scrutiny and can afford support their own people. Mm, a lot of people die, a lot of people uh, lose their health forever, and it's just oh, it
Yeah.
was awful story.
And with mercury, it will actually induce insanity too.
Yes.
Oh, good morning, Riggs. The, but it's not the only place where there's been a company that dumps shit Fuck people up.
Uh, Unfortunately, it's everywhere. When in my years, when I just go to hospital with some lungs problem, I catch pneumonia, and I sit there with pretty older men that work on coal mine, and they all have same issue with their lungs
Black lung.
because
Yep.
yep. And he told me story how his doctor that work in that city that depend on that coal mine, or when he already retired and can go to hospital without control from their side, oh, you have so big, huge issue and so on. He just look on her and ask, I 10, I 20 years in same hospital in same you, but you never said me nothing about it before I retire, and it's not bother company.
Oh yeah. Never trust a company doctor ever.
Yep,
And when the company is the government, like it was in the Soviet Union,
it
eh,
was the same. It not have any difference.
no, no. People are pawns to
Hmm.
be used by people who think that they know better and know how to run everybody. It's a human condition. I don't know why, but the fucking least moral of us become the leaders.
Mm, because
Uh, doesn't
how to
matter. America, Soviet Union, China, England, Papua New Guinea, even, just the most, they're the most ruthless, so they'll do whatever it takes to win.
for me just one stop that I always when I think about it, only one idea, because people who understand the responsibility to another people that it can be harmful, they need to do something and so on, just avoid that position because it's not for them. It's not profit. It's responsibility that's really hard to keep and work with it because your for your decision depends a lot of people, and it's really hard job. Every time you when you're on such kind of position, you just need to lose a lot. It's hard. It's really hard job without not reward. And everybody who really don't care. That's such a part. They don't care that it's have some bad issue. Can make that such decision and can work that without any trouble for them because they just don't care. It's like I know that asking stuff when I just have few friends with so in surgery and so on. Answer was why you not going to pediatric or something like that. He said I just can't. It's for me. One of them was just regular surgery for older people, for regular people, and another was pathologists that just coat body, hmm, work in morgue, where it's like I don't know how it's said correctly in English. He just could body after they dead. How it's called in
Oh,
English?
mortician.
Mortician. He was just per mortician. But when I asked him, why you not work like a regular practitioner or you want at some point work in pediatry, he answered me that he just can't. It's all fine till you not see eyes of dying children, and for him it was too much. He can't take that responsibility, and a lot of harm, just bad people that just don't care, can do that job because for them it's not an issue. It's bad theory, but it's one of the theories that I thinking about because for some responsibility you just need be just bad person, and it's I don't know how to explain it better. Mm. But again, it just unfortunately part of life. Uh,
Yeah.
mm, mm,
Yeah, I think I'm going to be quite a bit early. There was a area of road construction that the last time I was through here. Um, it took me about 45 minutes to get through. And today I was through in about 18 minutes, 20 minutes.
mm.
Oh well, better be early than late. Even though I am late because I had to really slow down crossing the Allegheny Mountains at the beginning of the trip. I did about 100 miles, which takes me about an hour and a half. Um, but in normal times, it took me this time, I was driving 20, 25 miles an hour. It took me about 5 hours. I don't have the exact time, but it was 5 hours, maybe a little more, because of the snow, the wind, mostly the wind. Yeah, driving along, and even though it's below freezing, there's no snow because it melts during the day. I'd much rather be driving here.
Mm. No, for me, just till you're happy with that job,
Eh,
I'm glad for you.
it's a job, it's not like my calling, or, I feel compelled to work it. No, it's not like that. It's a job.
Mm. I don't know. For me, it just already looks like it's more or less good for you because just
Uh, it's not bad.
mm.
And once I get my shop built, so I can start building, I'm going to start out building on the weekends.
I don't know, just even a price point. How much money you need for that? How long it's take to?
Well, I need to make about, or I would like to make about $3,000 a month in profit.
Mm.
That way I can travel. Take a month off every year, just go someplace. I've got, kind of come back and see you guys once you're Russian tourists go home.
Uh,
There's other places I want to see. I was talking to a guy yesterday from Trinidad. He was telling me about the food there. I think it sounds delicious. I'd
mm,
like to go to Peru. Haven't been to Peru. See Machu Picchu.
mm, why not?
Yeah,
Good
why
place
not?
to visit. But I don't know. It's Do you hear about the news in Ecuador or something?
Well, Ecuador is quite a long way away. I've
No,
been to I've been to Ecuador.
no.
But,
Just because nowadays they have some rebellion from mafia mobs, and they have such.
oh yeah, Peru 30 years ago had the, they had Soviet-sponsored freaking communist rebels called the Shining Star, and uh, then there was all the guys, the counter rebellion and stuff from the CIA. It was a mess,
As always, where CIA or KGB, like, we still have something like that in Gaza.
and usually both. You know,
Yes. It's they both play in same game.
now it's a lot more confused because there's all kinds of other people doing that shit too. The Chinese are out playing those games. The Russians are still playing them. The EU has started, primarily led by France and Germany, mostly France.
Yeah, France is very good in it, even from old times when it's happened in Africa. Their previous colonies, they lead a lot of coup and all that stuff.
Yeah. And they're still doing it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what's the name of that place where Muammar Gaddafi was the leader? Libya.
Mm.
The
Oh,
war, the war in Libya would have ended years ago, but no.
it's because they fuck up, because it's main reason why I understand that after Libya and Syria, I understand that not only Russians fuck up with their militaries, Europeans too. And
Yeah.
it's,
Well, in Libya, it's a five-way civil war now, and each side has their own foreign sponsor.
yes, they want, they think that they can do some military operation in Libya, but very fast figure out that no, they can't. They forget how to do that, and they limited their intention just with a few airstrike and few ships, and that wasn't enough. Libya, even Libya, is just, it's huge country, but no.
you know, you're getting the same thing now, and it's been going on for at least 15 years. That's in Yemen. Uh, Somalia, the other
Yeah.
sides of the Red Sea, is also a fucking basket case because of everybody fucking around there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all the fucking shit that's going on around Israel, and that mess has been going on since 1947.
When they just go in there because they get promised land. Yes.
Uh,
Yes, Red Sea with Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia, Yemen. It's just one huge mess.
Djibouti, not so much. I went to Djibouti several times.
Uh, I know, don't
I'm not
know.
saying it's perfect by any fucking means, but it beats the fucking shit out of Mogadishu.
Yeah. If you put bar so low, yes, I can't
You can't
disagree.
refute that.
Yes, it's a uh, it's impossible. Find huge holes at Mogadishu. It's really, really hard. Oh yeah, unfortunately, I hope that in some point they find peace on their land, but fucking shit, it's just so huge mess there.
Now, here's something that nobody really brings up is almost all of these things would have been fixed internally, you know, had they not had the interference of foreign powers.
I don't sure about it. For me, just Democratic Republic of Congo
Oh God.
with it's example why it's not happened because after it happens after Soviet Union falls and Europeans think, okay, let they do what they want on their side, and they saw how bad it's coming in their territory because it's even sometimes some historian call big African war when practically half of the continent fight each other after that genocide that one part of, and it's just so bloody mess. And when
No,
you,
the Hutus and the Tutsis, yeah, they
yes,
fucking hate
and
each other.
when Europeans, why Europeans bombed Yugoslavia? Why they ask about it? Why they do that when they can? Because they was afraid that something similar happened after Serbia do something like that. Imagine some Islamic country like Turkey invited, Russians invited, and they need to invite too because it's just near their border. That's why they just okay, fuck off. We do it. It's that myself ourselves, and just bomb Yugoslavia to the nothing. And it's just because they was so afraid after all that shit happens in Africa. That's just replace same kind of situation just in middle of Europe because they know that Balkan start first World War and just no, not that time. Sorry guys, no. And I can understand that, but again, with Russians they mismatch. They think that they can buy Russians, and it's and pretty bad, especially for Ukraine. And it still can go bad for Europeans too. But again, we'll see how it's going.
Well, place apparently has, even though it's a little oppressive, maybe more than a little, but it seems to have its fucking shit together. Uh, is Belarus?
It's a hard topic if I not have friends there. It's get shit together like China. When you
Yeah,
can go to concentration camp, you can be just
but
just
at
be
the
dead.
same time, there's not very much crime. Uh, it's very clean.
Again, it's just part of territory, and mm, it's just like best
And
sentence
it's
about that I read about. Not my friend said told something like that, but one of the what I read about internet and totally understand. And guy from Belarus said he no, it was topics that discuss in which country you want to move. Hmm. You live in somewhere in Ukraine, you want to move to Poland, to Italy, to United States, to United Kingdom. You live in Belarus, you want to go to Poland, to Estonia or Russia, and so on and so forth. And one guy said, "I want to move from Belarus to Belarus." Oh, people in topic, what do you mean? It's nonsense. No, I just want to go from Belarus in what I live to what they showing around, what that he can see on TV, in propaganda, on site, on articles, because
uh,
it,
I my experience is taking the train, through Belarusia.
Then I can say that you
I
probably you
didn't
will.
stop. We stopped in Minsk, and
No,
I
it's
went out and had a meal, and then got back on
mm,
the train.
because for me, just remember about that, and I just no, sorry, nah, it's not working like that, unfortunately.
Minsk was, I'm
No,
telling
it's
you, right,
pretty
right,
decent city. Yeah.
compare the fucking you, compare back when I lived there, even how nasty and just really quite gross it is around the railroad station in Kiev.
Yes.
It's dirty. There's all kinds of people. There's freaking gypsies running around picking pockets. There's, 1,000 people sitting on the ground selling shit. And there's really no public restrooms anywhere. So what do? They find little places to shit.
Yep.
So it stinks. And that was not the case in Belarus.
Yes. I know. I can't say anything against it. In some point, it's better. I can accept it. I'm not
Yeah,
so.
it's a very oppressive fucking, you know, it's an authoritarian fucking dictatorship. There's no fucking, there's no getting around that. That's what it is. And when what's his name dies, the country's gonna fucking explode.
Uh, and yes, and it's a huge issue for any of such kind of regime. Mm, yep. Mm, that's why I just want. At some point, I think maybe I just need to live to some territory that, with a long history of democracy and better climate. Yeah, there's all day they not progressive and so on. They still not have good internet connection, government service in internet, what we used to have here, and so on and so far. But at some point, you think maybe stability, maybe just it makes more sense. Because at some point you're tired from all the cheating. Just please leave me alone.
What was that guy's name? Lukashenko?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. When he dies, the whole power structure is gonna explode.
Mm, we think that if he dies, they just surrender to Russia. Just thinking
That's
in that point, the Russian just occupied that country.
that's a very real possibility. I would say that's probably a 60% possibility.
Yep. Mm, and after that, I don't know how long it takes till they occupy Kazakhstan. I know that territory. They try to build their identity and switch from Moscow, but I don't know. It looks like Moscow will take all back. Ukraine have enough power and have connection with West that at least we have some route of connection that we can bring some weapon and so on and so forth. For Kazakhstan, uh, I don't know. Maybe it will be split between Russia and Chinese, or just occupied by Russia. But again, if it's not change something in geopolitics, because it's that war tries to turn back to mass what we have in 20th century.
Or the
Peaceful
18th
20 years
century.
is ended. Yeah. Hmm. It was bloody messy and it's not best option. to live in.
No,
I
no, 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 it's not.
On one side, yes, we have good, better medicine, we have prosperity, we have heat in our homes. All that's good, but it's between few world wars and wait until we just explode that planet, destroy that planet to ashes. Ah, I don't know.
Uzbekistan is another one that's
It's
gonna.
in same point. It's not a big
Yeah,
difference. It just will be destroyed by Russians in any moment. They just not have direct access. For starting next all that southern territory, they need to grab Kazakhstan first. So after that grab Kazakhstan, it will be next and next and next and next. Uh,
just like before.
yes. Mm, and again, I don't I don't really like idea that we again have huge empire with nukes that in any moment can destroy half of the planet and dictate their will. And because United States decided, it's fine, we can don't do anything. I don't know. At some points it can end pretty badly. Mm, okay, not a big. It just not so optimistic topic.
Eh. But how do we take that castle?
Hmm. For beginner, we need to find that castle.
Yep.
Second one, we need to. Do you have spell speak with the dead?
No, I do not.
Mm.
I'll look through my spell list, but and I don't have a complete freaking. I don't have all the spells in the spell book either. I I need to buy more, but we haven't been anywhere I could. I'm sort of limited.
Yes, I
There's I
remember.
don't I don't have a hell of a lot of divination spells, and I'm a freaking divination wizard.
Yes, I know. I remember how I teach Gwen that if you give a lot of spells to wizard, it can be an issue in our previous campaign. Mm.
I would hope that I will get more divination spells because there's a function of the divination school that if
Mm.
you cast a third level spell, you get a free second level spell. If you
Yeah.
cast a second level spell, you get a free first level spell. And if you cast a first level spell, you get a free cantrip. So by casting one spell, you get the number, if you start out with your highest level of divination, you can do a divination chain where it's all three fucking spells for the price of one spell.
I know.
And I can't do it because I have a break in the chain at fucking second level.
Ah, what
So
we can do? Okay, what we have on screen? Two
I
sides. Ah, mm, it's not any damaging spells here, but you can cast from augury and go down. Just augury. After that, what we have? Divination or divination and divination. What we have? Third level. Scrying. Oh yeah.
which I
After,
don't have.
um, what we have after scrying in divination? Augury, and after that, what we have in cantrip? Oh, only guidance, but you not have access to that cantrip.
I have all the cantrips.
Only wizard cantrips.
Yeah, only
Uh,
wizard cantrips.
Only wizard. Unfortunately, you have all cantrips, but only for wizard. What divination chain can we look like? Uh, Divination. You can ask question to your deity. That master must give you correct answer, but it must be correct, but can be somehow hidden, like short sentence, some lyric, or any guidance, some confirmation or something like. Um, you can create something like camera in some point and just look through it, and after that agree adjust again some, but again it's good to use. Oh, it's good way to annoy your DM, like I see.
Yeah.
Because after that you need, okay, I want to find that BBG, and he must say it where it's correctly. You can put the sensor and so on and so far, and it can be.
Well, what I want to do this next time to find the castle is when we go to do our attack, instead of going back to the camp,
Okay.
uh, I want us three, the main party, to hang out. And because apparently this thing can't fly forever, it has to land every day.
I don't know how it's work.
Well, that's what he's been doing.
Okay.
And we take our, we hide out and wait for it to do its thing. We hang out with the fucking uh, rangers or whoever. And if we have to fly in the daytime, I'll cast a fly spell on Roma. You and I'll ride on the broom.
Hmm. It sounds like a plan.
I'd like to take another fucking couple of high level guys. I've got two more third level spells, which fly is. That'd be a hell of a lot. That'd be a force multiplier if I was to be, get two more Roma and two other freaking high level guys, whether it's a high level druid or a high level fighter from the dwarves or something like that. Uh, that's worth, 100 spells if you can bring people like that along.
Yes, I know. It's
You don't
action
get
economy in D&D.
yeah, you don't get the big flashy fireball. But a fireball's not really that badass.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get 25, 30 points, maybe half of that, depending on whether or not they make their saving throw. You can't make a saving throw versus a fucking 6th level dwarven fighter in your face.
Yes, that's part of life.
Yeah,
Mm.
10 more miles and I make my turn.
Mm.
going to be just under an hour ahead of time. So that's a good thing. Sammy's wiggling around, so that means he's holding back some pee.
Uh,
It's time to stop here pretty soon, too.
yep, I see that. And it's probably time to me to leave you because it's sunrise. Maybe you have your breakfast. Give Sammy some walk.
No, I'm doing a 24-hour fast today. I've been eating one meal a day, and then once a week I don't eat it during one of the days.
Hmm? If you think it's healthy for you, try it. Why not?
I've lost weight, so it's not healthy to be as fat as I was.
I think that I'm not healthy. My weight a little bit too much. Mm, mm, that's why I always with you till it's healthy. Till you not make it's uh, I don't know. Do you have similar sentence? We grab it from Polish, but what is too much, it's not healthy. And I don't know. Do you have similar sentence on
Yeah,
your
too
side
much
as
of a
well?
good too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Mm.
Usually people just say too much of a good thing.
Mhm. Mm. Now, oh, I'm not early person, but still looking on sunrise on road.
Yep.
It's it's too beautiful. Compare what I see in the city because I wake up early and looking from my window when sun rising, and it's not so beautiful like when it's you have infinity road in front of you and just sun rising. Yeah, city kill such point of view. Mm.
Passing the mustard factory.
Okay,
Well, they make lots of mustard here.
that's what I can say. Let's they can do it.
Yeah, grows well here. They make it into put it in bottles. I think when you have like mustard, you take the seeds, you mix it with vinegar, and I don't know. I don't really even know what's in mustard. I know I like to eat it.
It's special plant usually, uh,
Yeah,
with some spices. Mm.
they have three. This town is called Springfield, Missouri. They have three major industries: sporting industry. They make boats and recreational vehicles. They have fishing stuff for river fishing. So they make fishing poles, lures, crap like that. And this is the hometown of just huge chain of sporting goods stores called the Bass Pro Shop. And then they have, you see the giant cross here. They have 3 schools that will teach you how to be a preacher in this town.
Oh, Preacher's University, something like that.
Yeah, there's 3 of them here. Um, and the third industry is agricultural processing.
Not worse. Pretty diversified economy.
Yeah.
Mm, Usually it can be worse, but
Oh yeah. Well, it can always be worse. You know, like
yeah. Unfortunately, I need to admit that it's yes, it's true. It's always can be worse. Oh.
when I lived in Wichita, it had a huge aircraft industry.
Hmm.
That's all fine and good when well, people are buying airplanes. 2008, 2009, people pretty much stopped buying private business jets.
And that point, yes, it's turned back later, but at that point, yes.
I got laid off. I had to sell my house at a loss.
That sounds like story of success.
No, no.
uh,
But then I worked for Raytheon and made it back up because I went down to a city in Texas who was experiencing lots of growth, and that was pretty good money. Not very good socially for me. I got divorced in Lincoln.
yep.
Financially, I did well, even with the divorce. That's how good that's how good the fucking economy was down there. Here's my turn. 7 miles to go. Can you hold on that long, Sam?
uh, Poor Sam.
Yeah, poor Sam. I got him out of doggy jail, and now Sammy gets to eat steak about 3 times a week.
Does it healthy for him?
Yeah, it's meat. He's a carnivore.
It's processed meat. I know. My
Steak isn't processed meat. It's a cut. You cut it right off of the cow. It's not.
no, it's about salt, pepper, and cooking.
Oh, no. He doesn't get any salt and pepper on his stuff.
Uh, because I know that it's can be very harmful for pets, and it's always limitations that mm, you not do not want to give him
No
them.
processed meats. No way. Uh, Then yesterday, I got them to give him some raw hamburger.
A raw hamburger, it's fine. It's just fat, meat, and all that stuff. It's not an issue. It must be
Yeah,
fine. Because I
but
want that Sammy live alone, healthy life
yeah,
of your pet.
dogs need bone. They need to chew bones too.
Bones, yes. Not, but not chicken bones because they time to time make harm for them.
Yeah, Sammy had not lost all of his baby teeth when I first got him, and he had fully grown uh, adult teeth as well. So, but
Hmm?
since I've been regularly feeding him bones, he's taking care of all of his baby teeth, and we haven't had to go to the doggy dentist.
Hmm?
Because these small dogs, that's one of the problems they have is they have a problem with their teeth.
Okay, I didn't know about it.
Yeah. So I try and keep up on making sure he's got a healthy mouth.
Hmm. Hmm. You didn't answer me. Where are you?
Oh, I'm in Springfield, Missouri.
Ah, you turned back to your main base, like I understand. You
Yeah,
a lot of time
yeah,
spent there.
yeah.
And for you, it just close to your again for American point of view, because what distance between your hometown and that Springfield?
It's about an hour on the highway, maybe. Yeah, about an hour.
Hmm? Hmm. It's pretty close to you.
Oh, I'm
Your parents still
hoping.
live.
Yeah, the parents are up in Kansas City, which is about 4 hours from here.
Oh, I see. Hmm?
But I'm hoping to get out to my homestead
Hmm?
one of these times. I like it out there in wintertime. Plus, I haven't had fresh fish for a while. And I'd love to go. I would love to go, yeah, fishing on the lake. Fry me a fresh fish, start a campfire, cook her over the fire. Man, nothing better.
Yeah.
Take some
Mm.
lemons and potatoes out there. Wrap potatoes in tinfoil, throw them in the fire. Cook up the fish, squeeze some lemon over the top, just right. Perfect.
Mm, sounds good. At least for people who love that. I'm not so big fan of camping, but again, it's
Yeah.
only my point of view.
I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna fit under this bridge here. It's 13 feet 11, and my truck is 13 feet 6. That's a little too close.
Mm, no, it's still nice. American beautiful country, especially when it's not in winter. But again, I not expect that Missouri it's pretty nice. I expect it will be more snow, more freeze, and so on.
It's frozen right now.
Something -3, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's not very cold, but it is frozen. I'd even say it's closer to -2 or -1. It's 27, 28 degrees. The thermometer in my truck is going up and down. So -2. As soon as the sun comes up, it's going to be above freezing. Ah, not this light, but the next light is Sunshine Street. Happy name.
I'm sorry. With that cold, we have pretty cold weather few days.
Yeah.
Mm, I get
Get
cold.
sick.
Not with a temperature, not a lot, but again, just unpleasant. But today it's much better. It's just -3. Before that it was -15 or 20. but
Yeah.
promise that at night we will turn back to -10, -15, -20 Celsius. I don't know how much it's in Fahrenheit,
Uh,
but it's pretty cold. -10 in Celsius, it's what in Fahrenheit?
subtract subtract 32,
Okay,
uh,
it's from Fahrenheit to Celsius. I need to.
and
Oh,
then multiply times or one times
ah,
or 1.8, and then take away the negative sign if it's
14 Fahrenheit.
okay. So it's pretty close.
I to calculate it, I need to multiply its no divide in 510 5 uh 5 9 10. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly.
Well, there's 100 degrees between 0 and 100, right? In Celsius, right?
No, it's -40. If only
No,
one
no, no,
point.
listen to my explanation before you tell me
Yeah,
no, instead of just hearing the first statement, which is correct because there is 100 degrees
yeah,
between the freezing point of water and the boiling point of water in Celsius.
yes,
Yeah, right. Well, between the freezing point of water and the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit, there's 180 degrees. So each degree in Celsius is 1.8 degrees in Fahrenheit.
yes.
But Fahrenheit, instead of starting at 0, water freezes at 32 degrees. That's why you have to do the 32 times 1.8.
Okay, that's mean you need to multiply Celsius to 1.8 and not subtract but add 32.
Well, if you're going from Fahrenheit to Celsius, you
Mhm.
subtract. If you're going from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you add.
Yes, and such point I agree.
24, 2415. Okay, so it's going to be on my right side.
Mm, okay, I will not distract you for driving, probably, and leave you on that point.
I'm getting very close. I'm trying to look at the numbers on the buildings, and they're not really.
Oh,
This is it. Where's the shipping office? All right. Well, I'm here. Now you got
uh,
to figure out where to go. So,
okay, I leave you here. If you check lottery ticket, write me.
uh,
Maybe if I have good news.
okay.
ah, it
Or if
does.
you don't, if you never hear from me again, you'll know I won.
Yes, I know.
No,
It's
that's not gonna
uh,
happen.
it's one of those cases that you just lose a friend for some stuff. Okay, talk to you.
All right.
Have a nice days. Give Sammy a walk. Bye
Will do.
bye.
Will do. Bye. right, Sam. We have to write the company and tell them we've arrived. Okay. We have to change our clock. Go to break. Oh, wonderful. All right. Well, guys, there's been a change of plans. It now appears that I'm supposed to take this load to Joplin because they've shifted the delivery until Monday. So we're gonna let Sam pee. Sam has to pee, and I'll be back in just a bit. Everybody, here, Sam. Let me come. Sam, come. Hey, hey. Come. You've been telling me for 20 miles you gotta pee. Let's go pee. Come on, buddy. Come on, Sam. Sam, come. Sam, come. Come. Come here. That's a good boy. Where, JR? What's up, Zechariah? Riggs, hop on, you son of a bitch. You never talk to me anymore. Unless they have some type of a rush job, I'm going to ask them to give me a 34-hour reset when I get to Joplin. Now that there won't be a job coming from here in Springfield, going other places. And I do need to reset my clock. Beautiful old GMC right there. Look at that. It's like a 1962. a gunman. That's not a Bronco. Adult Superstore and Men's Spa. And for those of you who are not familiar what a men's spa is, it's a place where you can get a massage and a rub and tug. There you go. Just beautiful. Fantastic. A lot of nice girls. A sad fucking existence. What's your job? Oh, I get random strangers orgasms. Howdy, Grinch.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Fine. I hope I didn't leave you waiting for too long. I never heard the tone.
No, I just clicked on. I couldn't figure out why when I was plugging the phone into my charger in the car, there was no sound. There was no conversation, I guess. Okay, now I
No,
understand.
it's just me driving.
Just a nice quiet morning, huh?
Yeah. I got to my delivery and then I read my company email before I got out of the truck. And they've moved the delivery date to Monday, so I'm taking the trailer to the drop yard.
So where's your next destination?
Um, I don't know. I'll find out when I get to the office.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to
Must
ask
be
him to do
pretty.
a 30 or a 34-hour reset. That way I'm not
Hmm.
bumping up against my 70-hour clock.
I'm on
I
the
fucking
way to the hospital.
or is this a emergency?
Well, my mom called and said that my dad can't get out of the chair, and he's been sick for 4 straight days, and he's not been eating.
Hmm.
So, yeah, the reset sounds good after the fun you had in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had to do the reset. I had everything set up so that yesterday when I delivered, if I'd have been able to make my delivery yesterday, I'd have taken the rest of the day off because I had shit I needed to do. I need to wash my bedding. I haven't done that for since New Year's, and I need to get some grocery shopping done. But
Dog treats.
no, we couldn't do that. Of course, Sam gets us. I fucking spend more on him sometimes than I do on myself.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Eh,
Spoil the dog makes for a happy dog daddy.
yeah, I think it's more for me than it is for him. He'd be happy. He doesn't care. But didn't turn out that way, so I'm having to fucking adjust, and next week's paycheck will reflect that.
Well, don't you have to take the truck back to the shop for them to fix it anyways?
Yeah, if they've got the part.
Yeah,
It's drivable, so it's not an emergency.
that's a shame.
Yeah, they
I
just
would,
put it's a month. You know what? A month? They just fixed it
yeah.
a month ago.
Thank goodness you film everything.
Yeah, well, Ike and Scotty took a look at it the other night, and they discovered that there was no license plate on that vehicle, so it was stolen. They probably just heisted it, were trying to get away. But they also said that it looked like the rear tire on the vehicle got fucked up, and you could tell where they had run into the lug nuts on my wheel. So
Mm.
if they got their rubber into that, that would fucking certainly rip the sidewalls out of any SUV tire.
Well, I'm just grateful that you and Sam aren't hurt and that you're not going to be held responsible for it because it wasn't your fault.
Was I being kind of aggressive? No, but I wasn't giving an inch either. Could I
Well,
have
you had
backed off?
just let 2 other cars in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I have backed off? Yeah, I probably could have. Is it reasonable to expect that I do so? No, it's not. My job is to get from point A to point B, not fucking be nicey to fucking idiots.
Well, it's not like they didn't cross both the solid white lines of the triangle before the merge point either.
Yeah, they should have merged 300 feet before they did.
Yep. Yep. Water under the bridge now.
Yeah, but I'm not looking forward to my conversation I'm going to have with safety because they're always trying to get you on something.
What could you have done better? I don't know. Stayed home in bed?
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't say that. You know it.
No, but that's the thought that goes through your mind. I've been on both sides of that conversation. The one that was in the accident and then the accident investigator. So I know exactly.
But my response was to immediately call the company, which was exactly what they wanted.
So. I guess it's supposed to get real cold over the next couple days.
Yeah.
I don't like winter.
I'm weird. I like it.
Cindy does too. I'm a summer guy.
Emmy hates the winter too.
Yeah, well, he lives in the wrong place for hating winter. All that snow they get off the lake.
Yeah, but this way he can be closer to Justin. Justin Trudeau.
So, did you see that France now has their first openly gay prime minister?
No, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Nor do I
he's
give
like
a fuck.
30-some-year-old gay guy. I'm like, I thought they already had one. Whatever that guy's name was.
Marcone?
Yeah, Marcone, yeah. Yeah, I thought they had one. God.
I think it's funny that Marcone's name sounds so fucking close to the Spanish Mericon. So whenever I fucking would talk about it to people who already were in on the joke, I thought, I'm Mr. Mericon. So,
What a day. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock last night.
guys have an escape in at the sacrifice, and you had to run them down.
Well, we didn't leave the lodge till after 10:30, and a couple of us went across the street to the pizza shop and ordered a pizza, and just, we'd like to hang out with each other as friends and just BS. And we're talking about, all the new information we got from the new district deputy, the new boss. We just enjoy each other's company, because
Oh,
you're
here's
not allowed
to
to drink at the lodge. So the guys have a beer or a rum and coke or whatever. And
the new boss, same as the old boss.
so I didn't talk to him, the new district deputy, until he had taken off all his collar and apron, because his collar and apron's purple.
Yeah.
And then I went and introduced myself to him, because he had seen me running around all night doing stuff. And I'm allergic to purple.
I don't even
Those
know
people,
what that means.
well, all the district deputy and the grand master and all the grand officers all wear purple collars. We wear blue collars. So I say I'm allergic to purple because I don't want to be around those people, because all they do is make my life miserable.
Right.
So when he took his collar off, we started talking, and I said, I would have loved to come met you earlier, but you had your collar on. And he looked at me and he said, you're allergic to purple, huh? And I said, yes. And he goes, I was too, up until 2 weeks ago. He understood what I was talking about. He was his lodge secretary for 10 years. So he gets it.
Yeah.
But he was really down to earth. But his official visit's going to be later in the year. And I asked him that, they always have to put in the notice whenever his official visit is, in the monthly notice. And so I told him, well, if there's something you would like for dinner, we usually have ham in April. So if there's something you would like, please let me know. I'd be glad to make whatever it is. And he said, such as, and then I started listing a bunch of stuff, and he's like, oh, all that stuff sounds really good. I said, so whatever, if you're something. And he said, well, could I bring my wife? And I said, yeah, we could have a ladies' night that night, and then we would hire, some form of entertainment or some kind of craft for the ladies to do while we're in the meeting. A magician or, whatever. And just, so told him, you're the guest of honor, so whatever you'd like for dinner, I'll be glad to make it. And
Well, I heard David Copperfield's looking for work since Epstein died.
Well, he wouldn't be happy with our age group. We're all above 18 years old.
Yeah, but he's the fucking help, man. He does what he's told.
The one year we had the Birdman come out, the guy that has all the different birds. We had the Tamburitzans come out the one year. We had a country band come out and play.
I just saw something. Sorry to interrupt you. I just saw something really funny. There was a farm, and they had miniature horses. They had fixed up the front of their like sheds to look like an old west town for their miniature horses, and everything was like miniature horse size.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Oh, goodness. That's an interesting hobby to have miniature horses.
I don't see the point of it, but yeah, there you go. Well, if you're not running like a horse ride kind of thing for the kids, uh, at fairs and farmers markets and shit like that, that I could see, you know. But if you're just keeping them because you think they're cute, that's just sort of weird.
I could think of worse hobbies.
Yeah. Well, I would think that doing the pony rides at the fucking fair and shit would be a blast. I could really see that, having a lot of fun with that.
Have you ever seen those European trotter horses?
Oh yeah, yeah, like the Lipizzano stallions and shit like that.
Yeah, the ones that are smaller than a regular horse, but they got really thick legs, and those things can just
Oh
walk
yeah,
all
yeah,
day.
yeah. I know what
The
you're
ones
talking
that
about.
yeah, the ones that the Europeans used to use for travel. They weren't war
Right,
horses; they were travel horses.
right.
Yeah, they're not much big. They are bigger, but they're not much bigger than those miniature horses.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
goodness.
we had Morgans, right? But when we were little, one of our stallions got out and got busy with the Shetland pony next door. Right? This all happened before I was born, and there was the offspring my parents bought to, I guess, prevent a feud from happening. And we had him. He lived. God, that horse lived. Oh, and he lived until like 27 or 28, which is, really a long time for a horse.
Wow.
But he would. He was the little fucker that kept the other horses away from the apple tree when the apples started to rot, because he would wait for the apples to all rot and then eat them and get drunk. A fucking hard cider.
Naturally fermented.
Yep.
Hmm. Amazing how they know that stuff.
It is.
Oh goodness. Animals are just amazing. For somebody that never went to school, they know a lot of things.
Yep.
But that just all randomly happened. There was just two inert atoms just decided to create them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hundreds of millions and billions of years ago. Just happened. They evolved from a willow tree.
No, they didn't.
I just never understood the theory of evolution and how
That's obvious.
they.
That's quite obvious.
I just don't believe it.
Yeah.
To me, nothing only made nothing. There were a lot of deer out last night when I was driving home. Yeah. Built up so much that you can't harvest them anymore. No matter which way you go, it's too close to a residence. So I don't know what they're going to do with all the deer that they have now.
You have to start trapping them.
Yeah, I missed the stream completely yesterday. By the time I turned on my tablet, you were already done.
Yeah.
All right. Ace Hardware, advertising knife sharpening. Okay.
Why does anybody pay to have that done?
Because a lot of people don't know how to do it.
The simplest of skills. It really is.
Yep. I have to do our kitchen knives. I do them once a quarter, or touch them up when needed. But yeah, I have to do all the kitchen knives.
7320.
Are you back at the yard?
I am filling out my paperwork as we speak. Practicing my best penmanship.
Yeah, mine's kind of gone downhill the older I get.
Well, I type so much, it's not like I fill out logbooks every day like I used to.
Well, I'm here at the hospital, so you have a wonderful day, sir, and I'll catch you on the next stream.
Now, I'm going to shut the stream down early again.
Yes.
Because, well, I don't know if I'm going to be driving anymore today. But I am. Gonna be go doing a bunch of paperwork and just sitting here for a bit. Yep,
Gotta
RO was
find-
at the vet.
He was at the vet. Is he okay?
Hey, Spearman. As well. Sam Fisher's here. JR. Radical
Good morning.
Raptor, I've already said hello to. But remember, brothers, no marriage, no cohabitation, no new children. And if I'm streaming again, I will stream. If not, I will talk to you when I stream again. Peace out, brothers.
Bye bye.